Ever heard of a programming language so weird, so impossible, that it feels like it was designed purely to melt your brain? Well, let me introduce you to BrainMelt. It's not meant for apps. It's not meant for websites. It's not even meant to be useful. Instead, it exists purely as a test of endurance, a piece of digital art, and a joke that somehow became legendary among programmers. Today, we're diving into 10 mind-blowing facts about BrainMelt, the programming language that makes absolutely no sense, yet somehow still works. Get ready, because this will be the most confusing 5 minutes of your life, stretched into 20.
Number 1. The strangest name in programming. When people first hear the name BrainMelt, they usually laugh. Then they panic. And that's exactly the point. It was created as a challenge, a prank, and a piece of computer culture all rolled into one. Unlike Python or Java, which sound practical and professional, BrainMelt basically screams, "You're going to regret trying this."
Number 2. Created by a student in the 1990s. BrainMelt was invented back in 1993 by a Swiss physics student named Urban Müller. His mission? To design the smallest programming language compiler ever made. At the time, computers weren't nearly as powerful as today. Storage space was precious, and programmers loved competing to see how much they could shrink their tools. Müller succeeded. His compiler for BrainMelt was so tiny, it could fit into less space than a modern text message.
Number 3. Smaller than a tweet. How small are we talking? The original BrainMelt compiler was less than 200 bytes. That's smaller than the word count of this paragraph. For comparison, the average iPhone photo is about 2 million bytes. The smallest BrainMelt compiler? 0.0001% of that size. Talk about minimalist coding. Number 4. Only 8 commands. Here's where things get truly absurd. BrainMelt has only 8 commands. That's it. No words, no functions, no variables. Just 8 simple moves. And yet, with only those 8, you can technically compute anything. Stick figures coding in BrainMelt would look like they're just banging their heads against the keyboard. Number 5. No functions, no variables, no mercy. Forget everything you know about programming. In BrainMelt, there are no shortcuts, no reusable tools, no neat tricks. If you want to write even the simplest program, you have to do it the long, painful way. Imagine writing a novel, but every word must be spelled out one letter at a time, with no copy and paste. That's BrainMelt in action. Number 6. The memory tape from hell. So how does it work? BrainMelt uses something called a memory tape. Picture a giant row of 30,000 empty boxes. A little pointer moves left and right, adding or subtracting numbers inside each box. That's literally all it does. Stick figure version? A tiny character running back and forth on a conveyor belt, frantically scribbling numbers inside boxes while sweating. Number 7. Saying "Hi, Mom" is a nightmare. Here's the kicker. Writing a simple message like "Hi, Mom" takes dozens of lines of code in BrainMelt. Meanwhile, in Python, it's just one line. Print, "Hi, Mom." This is what makes BrainMelt both hilarious and painful. It's like trying to write poetry by slamming random keys and somehow hoping it makes sense. Number 8. It's Turing complete. Now here's the shocking part. Despite being ridiculous, BrainMelt is Turing complete. That's a fancy way of saying it can compute anything that any normal programming language can, given enough time and patience. Yes, in theory, you could build apps, games, even operating systems using BrainMelt. But in reality, it would take centuries, and your sanity would evaporate long before you finished. Number 9. People actually build stuff with it. Believe it or not, some programmers are so obsessed with challenges that they've built incredible things with BrainMelt. There are interpreters written entirely inside BrainMelt. There are BrainMelt compilers that can compile themselves. Some even made tiny games with it just to prove it could be done. It's like climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops. Totally unnecessary, but weirdly impressive. Number 10. Why BrainMelt still matters. So why does this nonsense language still exist? Because it's art. It's a puzzle. It forces you to think about computers at their most basic level. BrainMelt strips away all the comforts of modern programming and leaves you with the raw, painful truth. At the end of the day, all computers really do is move numbers around. And if you can survive writing code in BrainMelt, suddenly every other language feels like a luxury spa.
And that, my friends, is BrainMelt, the programming language that breaks your brain one command at a time. It's not practical, it's not useful, but it's unforgettable. And it shows just how creative, stubborn, and slightly unhinged programmers can be. So next time someone tells you coding is easy, just show them BrainMelt and watch their jaw hit the floor. If you enjoyed this dive into the weirdest corner of programming history, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more strange and fascinating facts, and join our little stick figure world of curiosity. Because here, we don't just learn, we laugh while our brains melt. Thanks for watching Cool Dude Explains, where comedy meets curiosity. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your favorite myth or question in the comments. Stay curious, stay cool, and I'll see you in the next video.